Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody, and happy Friday evening. I just finished work and I'm actually working from home today, so I actually have a couple things to show you. My last couple cards came in before the National. Wanted to talk to you just briefly about my National plans. I wanted to show you those cards. But first of all, I still want to remind people I do have cards for sale that I'm willing to be able to bring to the National. So I will put the links to those videos in this description for this video. I have graded cards, I have ungraded cards, mostly from the 70s and 80s football, but not exclusively. So please take a look if you're interested. I'm willing to bring those things to the National. I would like a little bit of a heads up, just so I'm not lugging those things around all week. So I know that I'm bringing specific cards to the National for a specific buyer, ideally. I may have a few on me at any given time, but I won't have the entirety of the collection on me because it's just too much to lug around for the entirety of the show. So my goal for the National is I'm going to be there. The plan is to be there all 5 days. I think before then, I'm hoping I can kind of get over this cold that I got 2 weeks ago. Probably more than just a cold at this point, but I'm feeling great now. It's just that my voice is still kind of not as strong as it needs to be, a little bit of a sore throat. So I'm hoping that is over with by the end of this weekend. I can kind of rest my vocal cords a little bit and it just kind of heals up. So this will be a short video as a result of that. But hoping that's all remedied by Tuesday, because I work the first 2 days of the week. And then I'll be at the show on Wednesday. I have a pass for the entirety of the week. So I hope to be able to pick that up on Wednesday, and I'm planning to be at the show Wednesday, where I'm hoping to be able to kind of make a transaction that night with a dealer I've already been talking to, who's also actually on YouTube too as well, but I don't want to give away any surprises until that actually happens. And then I'll be at the YouTube get together on Thursday. I'm planning to potentially also go on Friday. Definitely will hit up the weekend. Hoping to be able to go on Sunday. I've never gone on Sunday before, but I've heard that sometimes there's some good deals on Sunday, so I'm going for that purpose alone. And I am looking forward to meeting a lot of different people. People that I've gotten to know over the years, but haven't met in person, including some people I've also met in person and get a chance to see them again. I think the last time I went to the National 2 years ago, I knew people and some people knew me, but we didn't really have ever met or had a conversation. So this will be different. Some people actually do know me this time, and I encourage anybody to just come up and talk to me if they want. I'm looking forward to meeting people and having conversations about cards collecting, and just getting to know people. All right, so without further ado, I have 2 items that came in this week. They actually are what my targets are for the show. If you've been following my channel over the course of especially the last 6 months, I've really put a focus in on trying to complete the 1934 to 1936 Diamond Star set. I've also been picking up some Albert Pujols Sapphire cards along the way that I need. Some of the rare and low numbered parallels have been the focus. But for the show, I'm not going to be looking for those unless there's one just randomly there. But I'm not counting on it. But I am hoping to be able to see Diamond Stars. So this is what they are. This is what the selection of cards are. You can tell by the description, I did catch a rabbit. I caught Rabbit Mirandaville. Here pictured with the Boston Braves. Card number 3 in the set. It was produced in 34 and 35, not 36. He was injured during the course of the 34 season, so his stats are still the 33 stats. He played one more season, I believe, and then wrapped it up. So definitely a player that had a lot of cards during the course of the 1920s and early 30s. Part of a World Series team as well. So pretty popular player during that period of time. I'm very happy to be able to acquire that into my collection. I've been watching that for several months. And then finally, I've got the final card from the White Sox in this set. This is John Whitehead. Really love the White Sox emblem here on his jersey. Played for a few years. I think his career WAR was all like 10. He was a pitcher for them, and that's actually his very first card. He doesn't have a lot of cards because he only pitched for a few seasons. But that is card number 51. So that brings me down to a total now of, I think I need 30 more cards to be able to complete the set, which I won't be able to do at the show next week. I mean, if my budget was limitless, I could do it all next week, probably. But I'm hoping to make a good dent, either by purchasing a smaller number of cards that are actually more high value, So a lot of the Hall of Famers, or if I'm able to just pick up the remaining commons that I might need. Either one works for me. I think that would work really well for the set as well, and knocking down the numbers that I need. I really still envision this as being a 36, or I'm sorry, it's not 36, a 2026 project for me to be able to finish this set. Maybe by the next National, I'll be able to get all that number down, just a few more cards, and I can finish it at the National, which would be so cool. But I'm hoping to be able to make a pretty good dent at this one. The last 2 Nationals I've gone to, I've picked up cards from this set. So I hope to be able to do the same with this upcoming show next week. So with that said, I'm going to rest my vocal cords now for the rest of the weekend, and I will see you all soon.